Hello, everybody. Chef Curry here. Very excited to share with you what I think my dissertation topic is going to be. The topic is, what are the effects of slavery on African Americans in the United States of America? The research question that I've coined from that: what are the effects of slavery and its legacies on the physical and mental health of African Americans in the United States? Then there's a couple questions, that follow up and go down a little bit more of the rabbit hole. How can descendants of enslaved Africans be biologically and physically different because of slavery? How does structural racism, lingering legacy of slavery, contribute to widening gaps in multicultural health? This is a subject that's near and dear to my heart. This is also the reason why I actually enrolled in Saybrook, is to become a doctor of functional and integrated nutrition and start looking at these factors and try to help my community in a way that hasn't been touched in a while. Definitely moving forward with seeing a lot of health conscious in my community, but I also want to look at the disparity of hypertension, CVD, diabetes, depression, and early mortality. All of these are socioeconomic effects of slavery. That's the hypothesis. But at the end of the day, we have to do a little bit more research. We have to dig a little bit deeper. My lit review, I found a few. I have 5 so far. The slave health deficit. It's definitely one of those things where you look at what has transpired, what we ate, how we were forced to eat, things like that, all the way up till now. Weathering the hypothesis, definitely one that you want to look at. Found Black Americans carry significant higher alloistic load than whites at every age and poverty level. Black women aged 35 to 64 biologically resemble white peers a decade older. A disparity not explained by poverty. That's the weathering the hypothesis. This is another thing that just lets us know that there is definitely a disparity between the two. Structural racism as a mechanism, epigenetics, and post-traumatic slave syndrome. They actually gave it a name. I did not even know it had a name. So I'm very excited to look that up and really read even more into it, because it's helped shape a lot of things that I've seen and a lot of things that I'm doing. Then we have our methodology. It's the way we go. Tri-phase cross-sectional methods study that incorporates qualitative narrative data collection and qualitative secondary data analysis, integration of evidence through systemic review. A lot of very fancy words of putting a lot of surveys out there, talking to a huge cross-section of people, and taking notes and finding out what it is that creates this. Participants, African-American adults from ages 25 to 70 from nationally represented databases, qualitative purpose, sample of 20 to 30 self-identified descendants of enslaved Africans in the U.S. I personally am definitely a descendant of slaves from South Carolina and from Texas as well, from what I understand from my family genealogy. So I know that. Instruments: the Everyday Discrimination Scale, the SDOH survey, the semi-structured interview guide on historical trauma and health practices, and the static load identifiers, CV risk, inflammatory, and HPA axis indicators. My procedure: conduct systemic review of Medline, PsychoInfo, and CINALHL literature phase, and then conduct secondary analysis of everything else. And then we have a qualitative data analysis. So all of these things are wrapped into one. And then limitations: we definitely have cross-section design limits, cause interference, self-reported data may intrude on social disability bias, secondary databases may lack granular historic ancestral variables. There's a lot of variables in this. And there we go. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you. You have a wonderful evening.